It's good to have you join us on another fresh episode of Just Nigeria, brought to you by the BBC and Channels Television. Here, we track stories on social media and the news and dissect them. I am Zainab Bala. Let's start with our top story. Abduction have become one of the serious security challenges facing Nigeria. It is widespread across different states in the country. Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory has recently recorded a series of these abductions. Just last month, gunmen abducted 29 people in Kwali Area Council on the outskirts of Abuja, the nation's capital. Experts say this is the cause for concern, since Abuja, that should be more secure than anywhere else in the country, has come under these attacks. In this report, Just Nigeria's Wale Fakile takes a look at why kidnapping have become a norm in Nigeria and what relevant authorities are doing about it.
Around Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory lurks a shadowy menace. It strikes with ruthless efficiency, snatching its victims unannounced, leaving their loved ones agitated.
So far, the kidnappers seem faceless, nameless, but surely merciless. Perhaps fueled by greed and desperation, they prey on the vulnerable, the wealthy, and the powerful alike. Abuja, Nigeria's first planned modern city, is part of the Federal Capital Territory, or the FCT for short. It is the most popular and wealthy within the FCT because of its status as Nigeria's seat of power.
Abaji, Buhari, Gwagwalada, Kuje and Kwali are 5 other municipal councils surrounding Abuja. Residents I spoke with say kidnappings for ransom seem to have taken a strong footing in some of these areas.
It's a harrowing tale that this woman is all too familiar with. In January this year, she and 3 others were forcefully taken from their homes in Bukwe, a village in Kwali. She was held for more than 3 months and was released after paying a ransom. Weeks after, she's yet to recover from this physical and psychological trauma of the ordeal. We've hidden her identity to protect her.
They marched us into the forest while taking us to their camp. They made us lie on the floor in the night and covered us with grasses so we are not seen. At the camp, they only fed us 1 spoonful of rice and little water around 2 p.m. every day. We were also severely beaten.
Do you have an idea of how many people were at the camp with you? Those were also kidnapped.
They did a head count on the day we got to the camp, and there were more than 50 of us. The second day, they brought in more than 15 other abductees to join us. It continued like that almost every day till I was released.
This Kwali community leader tells me their assailants operate almost unchallenged in several villages in the other councils outside Abuja. He says they might now be testing the waters with the main towns. In February this year, his daughter was taken in front of their home by gun-wielding kidnappers.
He told us there were more than 20. There were more than 20 and they put them in a house. Then later in the evening around 9, and I saw a call with her number telling me that they have sent a text to me. I should come and pick my daughter. I have to take her to the hospital because of the trauma and the shock she had.
Kwali Municipal is about 100 kilometers from Abuja. Gunmen struck here again in the wee hours of 26th of April, kidnapping 29 people from Yewuti village. It is the latest in the series of mass abductions on the outskirts of Abuja in the past year.
These stories underscore how mass abductions continue to terrify residents of the FCT. On March 12th, no fewer than 9 residents of Grow Homes Estate in the Kubwa area were plucked from their homes. In 2020, SBM Intelligence, a Lagos-based geopolitical consultancy, said the FCT ranked 11th among places where abductions have become rampant in Nigeria. Kabir Adamu, a security consultant in Abuja, tells me the reasons for this spike are an open secret.
There are non-state armed groups, there are crime gangs, individual groups, and sometimes individuals. Most of this exists in the peripheral area of the FCT. It's worrisome, and it speaks clearly to the fact that our approach to security has not been as effective as we want it to be. I think as a country, we've not been able to separate defense from security.
Kabir's sentiments are re-echoed by Janice Haruna, another security professional based in Abuja.
There seems to be an increase around the FCT, and that's possibly because there's an impression that there's cash. So the kidnapping is probably moving towards where they think that there's money.
So what's your assessment of the FCT and the security authorities, their response to these cases of kidnappings?
If the populace don't feel safe, generalized statements like you are on top of the matter would not count. The security leadership across the FCT needs to do a lot more.
I took all these concerns and my findings to the Director of Security at the Federal Capital Territory Administration.
We can beat our chest to say that the security agencies are doing enough. But sometimes when you look at the resurgence of some of these criminal activities, we cannot say that they are not doing well.
These attacks occur in villages, on the outskirts of the capital, and it's looking as if people there are cut off from the city center. It's easy for kidnappers to just override their communities. What's the FCT doing to, bridge this gap?
The police and even the military have various units stationed in all these locations. The administration equally fund units like the Forward Operation Base of the military, who usually support the police.
As of today, there are still residents who are in the den of kidnappers. What assurances are you giving to them, as well as their family members?
The administration is doing everything possible to ensure that the security agencies are supported to carry out their work effectively.
I reached out to the spokesperson of the FCT Police Command for comments, but she said she was out of the country and unavailable for comments. Carved out from north-central Nigeria's old Kaduna, Kwara, Niger and Plateau states, the FCT replaced Lagos as Nigeria's capital in December 1991 and is in the heart of the country. Surrounding states like Kaduna and Niger have almost been inundated by kidnappings for ransom. Many of the areas under the vice grip of kidnappers in the FCT share land borders with these states. It's a trend that worries the spokesperson of the Nigeria Police Force.
There's not how we want to police our borders per se, except we are vigilant. We don't have gates, we don't have boundaries, we don't have fences along our interstate borders. So the policing interstate borders will rely solely on intelligence. People must be very, very careful. They must be very, very watchful. They must be vigilant. I always say to be safe is to feel unsafe.
Kidnapping is without a doubt a terrifying experience that can leave lasting scars on those who have been taken and their loved ones. Experts say the psychological effects may include anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder.
You have to keep to the structure of your life before the event and after the event. You have to structure, or you keep to the routine of your life, because when there is an impact, there is definitely going to be a shift in a lot of things about you, cognitive, emotional, behavioral wise.
As the sun sets on Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, it's another reminder for residents of a danger ever so present. A painful reality that this woman and many others like her would have to deal with, as there seems to be no end in sight. Wale Fakile, Gist Nigeria.